Hi everyone, it was just easier to talk through this with you. We are getting ready to roll out the courses 621, 682, 618, and 680. So with that being said, we had to construct some syllabi to correlate with 680 and 682. And the purpose of those two courses were to actually allow our students to take the same materials in 5 credit hours versus 6 credit hours, which is what is in our new curriculum, is 6 hours for 621 and 618. However, we have transitioning students from the old curriculum to the new curriculum, and if we had them take 6 hours, we would be charging them extra money for that extra credit hour, so we needed to back that up to 5 credit hours. And the only way that we could do that based on our registrar was to create these special topics courses, and that will be 680 for the educators and 682 for the leaders. So I'm just showing you 682, just the tweaks. Basically, it's the same syllabi as what we're including in 618 and 621. It's just that we're shifting the course number so that we can have those students take that 5 credit hours. So there's just minor changes, and these will be attached to the email that I'm sending. But we are changing based on our conversation in our last faculty meeting and some of the needs of, as we're really diving into the course, to make this a really meaningful course for our students. We needed to change the evaluation methods just a wee bit. So in 682, I've listed the differences between the evaluation methods of what we approved in spring versus what we have approved or what we are proposing right now, and looking for your approval through the email process. So we are shifting the weights with the goals and objectives and clinical logs, and the students will be developing specific goals and objectives for their practicum experience, and then correlating their clinical log with their practicum experience as well. So there's a whole lot of meaningful reasons why we're doing what we're doing. We actually pulled back a little bit with that because we're going to include a step process in doing the scholarly project as far as establishing that problem early on. What that topic is, looking at the organization, making sure that there's permission for the project, and an annotated bib to get them started in diving into the evidence based on their topic or their problem improvement for their scholarly project. And then we're also, based on our conversation, we're going to do a simulation regarding the IRB process rather than having them go through IRB, because it is not necessary with the new common rule to go through IRB, but it is a valuable experience for them moving forward. There will be a scholarly project logic model, and this is a very systematic way to work through a change or improvement in the practicum site, and they will also be doing a presentation on their project as well as sharing the metrics and any recommendations for the future. So we're basically putting all the pieces from the scholarly project into the logic model and the presentation. So again, we're not losing the rigor, but we're making it very real and relevant to practice. So that's the focus of those activities, and then we're correlating the clinical journals with the key concepts of their particular area of specialty so that they drive home and really apply those key concepts in their practicum experience. So they're not just writing, it's not focused on just general writing. It's focused on very deliberate, concept-based journal entry, and making sure that their practicum experiences do include those key concepts and those things that they've learned throughout their master's program. They're putting that into practice and really solidifying that practice piece and solidifying the learning that they've experienced throughout their program. There will, of course, be the preceptor and student evaluation forms, and that will be divided, so it will be 2.5, 2.5 for each of those two forms. And then for the leaders, it is 90 hours. For the educators, of course, it's different than that, but that will be pass-fail. They have to complete all of their practicum hours. So with that being said, there are a couple of other things I just want to highlight with you very quickly. I wanted you all to know there was a method to the madness. So we have done some concept mapping, some mapping with the courses, and correlating the specific student learning outcomes and the aggregate outcomes with each one of the activities in the course and how they are weighted. So this is just an example from 621. And it will be the same for 682, but just showing you that this is what we're doing to make sure that there's correlation between the aggregate outcomes, the student learning outcomes, and the activities with the course. And this is something that we will be diving into when we move into our essential number 3, when we're working on our self-study for CCNE. So I wanted to show you there was a method to the madness. There is a reason why we're doing the things that we're doing, and they are directly correlated with our outcomes. So if you have any questions or concerns, what I want to propose to you is if I could have a motion and a second and vote on approval for the syllabi, that would be amazing, because we need to move forward with creating the courses, and I wanted to pose these to you before we really solidified everything in the courses. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm sorry for the lengthy screencast-o-matic, but I just wanted to explain things a little bit, and I couldn't do this in a written email. It would be volumes. So anyway, if I don't get a chance to speak with you, please have blessed holidays, stay safe and healthy, and thank you so much for taking the time to review these documents.